Well, hi, Veronica here. I'd like to share with you an evening David and I experienced a few weeks ago. It was entitled Vernon Mill Remembers. It centred around the cotton industry. Vernon Mill is a former cotton spinning mill in Portwood, Stockport, Greater Manchester. Built in 1881, it was taken over by the Lancashire Cotton Corporation in 1930 and later sold on. Although still in business use, it is now a Grade 2 listed building. The mill now consists of individual art studios where more and more artists have taken up residence, with the beginnings of a vibrant new community which was presenting the title Vernon Mill Remembers. Artists responded to the stories of the mill in individual ways. It was interesting to see how each one had revealed personal insights into the stories of the past while working in a variety of media. It's often the lives of ordinary people that are forgotten about when we learn about our past history. Through the arts, this event helped us remember our incredible industrial past and the people who worked to make the region so important to the Industrial Revolution in this country. In addition to open studios, local musicians, the Weavers, perform music to tell stories of people of the past presented to us now in the mill, where many of the stories took place. This is where I spent the evening, listening to these songs and stories. You know, this evening took me back to my childhood, meeting my mum from her work in the local cotton mill, standing at the large wrought iron gate when the siren sounded for the workers to clock off. A large door would fly open as women dressed in their pinnies and turbans rushed out. They started at 6 a.m. and now at 6 p.m. they were ready for home. You know, as they spoke about it, I physically could smell the cotton as I remembered it all over my mum's clothes. The songs and stories talked about the harsh and dangerous reality of working in these factories. Children as well as adults were enduring tough conditions with long working hours. In 1839, around 200,000 children were working in Manchester mills. Records from Quarrybank Mill contain details of 1,000 children who worked there between 1785 and 1847. Their day began early. They typically rose at 5:30 a.m., were given a piece of bread to eat, and began work at 6 a.m. Through the day, they usually had 3 short breaks where they were fed oatmeal, and then at 8:30 p.m, after finishing their shift, they'd get a supper of bread or broth. On Sunday, they had reading lessons, church, and chores such as tending the owner's vegetable garden. Children were used for many mundane and often dangerous jobs that required someone small and quick to work between or even underneath the machines while they were running. Many industrial accidents occurred due to fatigued children falling into or under machines. Cotton has such a profound impact on Britain. It impacted the country socially, economically and culturally for generations. It sucked folks in from their homes in the countryside to work for 10 to 13 hours a day, 6 days a week, in the noisy and dust-filled, hot and humid brick-built mills and factories. The tremendous noise of the machinery never ceased, so much older workers became deaf. Lung disease was also prevalent, caused by the minute fibre fragments in the air. So just reflecting on how our lives are so different today. No having your coffee break and a chat. There was no stopping for a break. You couldn't have a conversation. The machinery is so loud, some workers became expert lip readers. Hot days work? No putting on an electric fan or opening a window. In many mills, the temperature would reach 30 degrees. No modern day PPE. Workers at high risk of lung cancer, mouth cancer and eye inflammation. Children working as young as 4 years old. Children from poor families would be taken on as mill apprentices, and these children did not get paid. In the Manchester area, many mills began to weave calico, which had previously been imported from India. This was a hard-wearing fabric that could be produced cheaper than cotton and was therefore used extensively for clothing by the working classes.